Welcome. We're always told that to get ahead, you just have to try harder. But what if that's actually terrible advice? Today, we're diving into a hidden sequence for success. It's a simple, three-part framework that suggests the order of your actions matters way more than how much effort you're putting in.
Yeah, it sounds like a total paradox, right? I mean, we're all taught that more effort equals more results, but this whole idea flips that on its head. It suggests the real key isn't how much effort you use, but the sequence you apply it in.
And that right there is the big secret. Success isn't just some chaotic scramble of working yourself to the bone. Nope, it's a formula, an order of operations. And as you're about to see, getting that sequence right is literally the difference between being stuck and having a massive breakthrough.
So, the reason a lot of us feel stuck is because of what we can call the success paradox. We're working hard, for sure. We're putting in the hours, but we're just not seeing the results. Why? Because we're doing the steps in the wrong order. It's like trying to build the roof of a house before you've even laid the foundation. It just doesn't work. Now, according to the source material for this explainer, there's a powerful blueprint for creation and success that's been hiding in plain sight, right in the opening lines of Genesis. It's presented as this universal framework for how anything of real value is brought into the world. First things first, we have to understand what the source calls the platform. The idea here is that Genesis 1:1 isn't just a nice opening line. It actually establishes the three fundamental pillars of our entire physical reality. Think of it as the literal stage where our lives play out. And the components are laid out super clearly. In the beginning, well, that establishes time. The heavens, that gives us space. And the earth, that's matter. Absolutely everything we experience is contained within these three elements. This is the starting point for everyone and everything. Okay, so if that's the platform, what are we supposed to do with it? What are the instructions? Well, along with the platform, a set of commands was also given. And this creates the action part of the blueprint, the formula for how to operate on that platform. And here it is. This is the sequence: be, do, and have. And you have to notice the order. It's critical. It doesn't start with doing. It starts with being. First, you be fruitful. Then, from that state of being, you can do the actions, like multiplying. And only as a result of that doing can you finally have dominion. And this is where it all just clicks together so perfectly. Time, that's the resource you have for becoming. Space is the arena you have for doing. And matter is the stuff you have for, well, for having. See? Each part of that platform has a matching action and a really clear purpose. This quote just sums it all up, doesn't it? It's a direct, scalable logic. Who you are, your being, determines what you can do, and what you do determines what you can have. You can't skip a step. You can only expand each part of the sequence in order. Okay, so you might be thinking, if this formula is so simple, why isn't everyone using it? Why do so many people get stuck? Well, the source argues that we all hit a bottleneck, a single point of failure that can stop this entire sequence dead in its tracks. And here it is. The bottleneck is always, and I mean always, at the level of being. The argument is that most of us have already maxed out our ability to do things based on who we currently are. You just can't do more until you be more. That's the lid on your potential. At the heart of this bottleneck is a conflict between our true identity and what the source calls our lie-identity. We end up operating based on this collection of limiting beliefs, all the stuff our parents, teachers, or society told us we were or weren't, instead from our true core identity. Now, this part is absolutely crucial. When you finally decide to change your being, to get rid of that lie identity, you have to expect some pushback. Life might get a little chaotic for a bit, but according to this framework, that disruption isn't a sign you're on the wrong path. It's actually proof that the change is working. To really make this whole concept stick, the source uses this really powerful metaphor from nature that just perfectly illustrates the entire sequence of growth. And that is, of course, a tree. So it all starts with a process called gravitropism. It sounds a little scientific, but it's simple. It's the hard, unseen work. It's the roots of the tree fighting their way down through the dense, dark, dirty soil away from the light. This is where all the real work of growth begins. And this is just the perfect picture of the whole model. Your being is the root system, all that unseen foundational work you do on your identity. You're having all the success, the prosperity, that's the fruit. And you will never, ever get the fruit without first growing the roots. It's impossible.
So here's the ultimate takeaway. Real lasting success has almost nothing to do with the glamorous results that everyone gets to see. It's all about your willingness to do that foundational work on who you are, especially when no one is watching. That is the secret sequence. The source material wraps up with this promise from the Book of Psalms. The idea is that if you get this sequence right, if you build your being like a tree with deep, strong roots, then prosperity in what you do isn't just something you hope for. It becomes an inevitable outcome. So the question to leave you with is, what unseen roots do you need to start growing today?